You see, my friends, people in the world, people of the world are made merchandise of. They are told that, you can be like Mike, or you can be like Oprah, or you can be like Donald Trump, or you can be like Bill Gates, or you can be like all these other people, like Mike Tyson, and all these other kind of celebrities. And then what they do is that they sell you all this merchandise, in order for you to be like those people. They sell you books, DVDs, items, all kinds of goods and services are sold, and they feed you the idea that you can become like Martha Stewart or all these other people. And the truth is that it's a lie. It's making merchandise of you. They have already made us people so silly and naive, to be living in this realm of childishness. Smart enough to do the job they want you to do, and dumb enough not to know what's really going on. You see? And the truth is that you can't become like Martha Stewart or Donald Trump or Michael Jordan because you have not lived the life that they have. You see? You never went through what they went through. You don't know Donald Trump. Some of these people were born into wealth. You were not born into wealth. You see? So you have to stop thinking like the way that people are telling you to think. That, all I have to do is just keep buying this book and, this and that. And very few people take that stuff to heart and start doing and living their life like that. You see? Now, this is the same thing that the church has done with Jesus Christ and the gospel. They have packaged it in such a way that, hey, all you have to do is just keep buying things and going to this seminar, going to that seminar, paying your tithe and offering and having a successful job, and so that you can keep paying this stuff, and as a result, you book yourself a ticket to heaven. You see? And this is the furthest thing from the truth. They preach all the things you want to hear. They teach you to trust in politics, in social theories, in economics, in technology, in psychology, and all these other kind of things. And they don't teach you to lose your life for the sake of Jesus Christ. They don't teach you to pick up your cross and deny yourself. They don't teach you to spend time in the presence of God. They don't tell you to lose things for the sake of Christ's kingdom. They don't tell you to follow what Christ said and what He did. They don't teach you these things. You see, in order to become something, there's got to be a doing. You see? You've got to think, believe, and then you do. Because then you really know if you really can know. And then the problem is with doing is you get tested. You see? If I think I can lift 500 pounds, or I think I can make $1 million, and I can do all these other things, then I have to go do it. You see? And I'm going to be tested to see if it's that easy as people have been made to think. Like we have now, most people dwell in the realm of head knowledge, and this is by design, so that people, all they do is they just keep filling their head and nothing goes into their heart. You see? And then they go around having this idea that I'm this and I'm that, and all the people are just on the sideline busy talking and having coffee and caffeine stimulated moments and having debates and discussions on things when they never do anything. You see? You've got to do things. You've got to live what you believe. I know a lot of environmentalists, and to me it's just really hypocrisy, because the same system that they say is causing this and that, then they go to the same system the next day to get something else. So even an environmentalist, you're not true in it. You're not really a true environmentalist, because you go back to the same system that you say is oppressing you. You see? So it's all just one big sham, and people really are not free. People call this freedom, and we're free if we go here and petition this and petition that. This is not real freedom. Real freedom is the ability to really live without being owned. And you cannot do that if you owe thousands and thousands of dollars. People will say, well, you're condemning me. No, my friends, there's a difference between telling the truth and condemning people. Telling the truth, when you receive the truth, then you have a chance to hope in the truth. You see, and then what really needs to be done. But if I'm giving you a false diagnosis and a false solution, and you accept it because it makes you feel good, then that's something wrong. You know, optimism is not based on lies. Optimism is based on truth. You see? So when you realize what's going on with you inside your heart, and that you're such a wreck, then you can start making yourself better. But you've got to face the wreck. You've got to face the shipwreck. And if the ship is if that ship is sinking, then get off it. You know? And find something else. You gotta cry out. You gotta know the truth. You gotta stop living in a delusion that they want you to, in this cloud, you know, where they keep telling, people are telling you, hey, everything is okay, and don't worry, you know, keep trusting in the things you've been trusting in. You cannot do that. And the worst of all, the worst culprits are the people who are in the churches. You know, these people are really, many of them are wolves, and they know what they're doing. They're being used by Satan and many different things, and you know, some of them are hirelings, you know, so they don't care for the sheep. They're just doing a job, getting paid, you know. So it's this is the thing, because if somebody truly is doing the work of God, he will want to know what's in your heart. If somebody doesn't want to know you, then there's something wrong, because then they don't want to know what's in the throne in your heart. You see, this is where Jesus wants to dwell. And then if they want to know what's in your heart, then they have to share what's in theirs. You see, we're not speaking things based on, well, if I say this, then this is going to happen, so I won't say that. And then if I say this, then this is God. It's nothing. You just say what's on your heart. You see, you're straight shooter. You're not dabbling in double speak and all this other kind of motive game and trying to figure things out and say this to get that and doing this to get that. No. You see, and this is what the world has taught people, to be politically correct and to be, in quotations, polite and hypocritical and self-righteous, because that's what they are. The people are just a reflection of the leadership. You see, and it goes to and fro. The leadership give the people what they want to hear. You see, so this is the thing. And the only thing left is for suffering to come, and suffering for the sake of evil. You see, because then all these things will be removed, and then you're going to see where your faith really stands. Then they'll provide another solution for you. This is how Satan works. He exposes one side of him, and then he brings another side as the solution. You see? So if your eyes are not on Christ, you will choose that solution, whatever it is. And the churches are even... the churches are like... they're the worst of all, you know. The real true church of God is in your heart, my friend. You are the church, and when you start following Christ, you will bring people around. People will come around you who are just like that. You see, and God will provide them in due time. You see, but you have to start becoming the church, become the temple. You have to become these things. You can't just talk about it. Oh, I'm going to do that, but then you go spend, you know, all your rest of the 5 hours. You never designate a time to spend with Christ. You see, I know many people, the majority of people, they just have a good talk, you know, and they never force themselves to do anything. You know, whether it's making money, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's learning studies, academics. People they just want to get you know, the easy way. And the way in which they can do what they really want to do, which is fulfill their pleasures. You see? Now, even Michael Jordan and all these people, they suffered greatly in order to get that foolish recognition that they have. And what I mean by foolish, I mean worldly. Every recognition of the world. You know? But this is just symbolic of you suffering for the sake of the kingdom of God. But you see, in order to become like Christ and to see the things that Christ did, and the disciples and Daniel and all these other people, then you have to go through what they went through. You see, you have to devote yourself and be dedicated just like them. If there's no dedication, there's no follow through, there's no commitment, no action, then there's nothing that comes through but emptiness. And then what you do is you start just becoming just like the world. You see? And you trust in political theory and in voting and all this other stuff instead of putting your trust in the Spirit of God. So, my friends, don't trust in lies and follow after Christ, not liars.